Hi, welcome to the Tammi Collins Show. Normally I'm very excited about being welcomed into your home, but today is a sad day here at Mose Bastion Omnimedia. I've lost, and the world has lost, a dear friend in our producer, Michael Price. I don't think that words can express just how much he's going to be missed. Not only was he a producer of my show, he was a friend, and he was an associate pastor at his church. And the posts that have been put on Facebook about the many lives that he touched were just overwhelming. So tonight we're actually going to show you the very first television show that I worked with Mike on, him producing and filming. And I'm doing it in tribute to him because I never want him to be forgotten, ever. But I want to share with you how I met Mike and his beautiful wife, Sally. As you know, we air on WAZT, and the station manager is Mr. Ron Kroom, who is a wonderful Christian man. He had said to me many times, "Tammi, you need to meet my friend Mike Price." And Mike did shows, outdoor shows. I always jokingly told Mike that Tammi Collins won't be doing any outdoor shows, and he'd just laugh. But he was also friends with another friend of mine, Kelly Strobel, and she said to me on many occasions, "You really need to meet Mike Price." So the Lord worked it out that I was able to meet him. And we sat down and we chatted, and we got to know a bit more about each other. And his wife was involved in all of his work as well. She does websites for their church, and she does Facebook posts and social media. And she more than happily jumped in and said, "I want to be involved in this too," which just made my heart sing. To have two new friends, both Christians, that I was going to have time with here on earth and also see on the other side of Jordan. So after that initial meeting, we got together with Beth Waller in Team Waller Real Estate, and there was a beautiful home in Marshall, Virginia that Beth has on the market, and she offered it up to us to use as a backdrop for this show. And when I told Mike that I wanted to interview him and talk about him, he was really nervous. He said, "I'm so much more used to being behind the camera than being in front of it." But I wore him down, and he finally agreed to be on camera with me. And after the shoot was over, he asked me how I did, and I said, I think you did great. I wouldn't have known that you've not done this before. I remember telling him after we were done that I looked over at him, and his bottom lip was quivering, and he was sweating. And I told him, I said, "You're either allergic to my cologne or you were nervous." And he laughed, and he said, I was nervous. But I'm going to always cherish the times that I had with Mike and Sally. And I don't ever want him to be forgotten for the wonderful man, father, husband, Christian, associate pastor, all-around good human being that he was. I ask that you pray for his family. I ask that you give them privacy, give them time to grieve, and give the Lord time to work with them and ease their pain. I ask that you pray for peace for them and caring, that the Lord will just put his arms around them and hug them and hold them and keep them tight to his chest. We are going to show the entire episode as it ran in its entirety. However, when you get to the SVO media commercials, please understand that due to this tragedy, SVO will no longer be an active company. But I wanted you to see it as it was, shot and filmed and edited that day. Thank you for letting us come into your home. Thank you for your prayers in advance for praying for this family. And I just ask that you add them to your prayer list and your prayer book. And I hope that you enjoy the show. Mike, we miss you. We love you, and you will never be forgotten.
SVO Media provides high-end creative production for small businesses. We specialize in film, video, audio, green screen, and visual effects. From editing, scripting, and concepts to design, we have the ability to deliver your next video project for multimedia production. We will work with you to produce a TV ad, web video, infomercial, or corporate video. Visit svomedia.com or call 703-930-9821.
Welcome to the Tammi Collins Show. Today we are in beautiful Marshall, Virginia at a home that is for sale by Beth Waller, Team Waller Real Estate. And today my guest is Mike Price.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on. I appreciate it. So we met in sort of an odd way. We had two mutual friends, Ron Price. Stuck in my head.
That's my dad's name.
Ron Kroom, who of course is with WAZT, and Kelly Strobel, who I met through Encouraging Networkers. And Ron had been saying to me that I needed to meet you because you do all of this production and media, and you've had your own TV shows and all. And then I had a conversation with Kelly, and she said, I have a friend that you need to meet. His name is Mike Price. And I said, oh my gosh, that's the same person that Ron has been trying to get me to meet. So we met at the Apple House and had those delicious donuts with your lovely wife, Sally, and here we are today. Yes. So your company is SVO Media.
That's correct.
Okay. So SVO, tell us how what is that?
SVO Media. SVO stands for Shenandoah Valley Outdoors, and then Media. So SVO Media. And where we got our name was that I think around 2006, my pastor owned this network at that time, and he had bought it, and he wanted to keep WAZT in Christian programming in the air because they were up for sale.
Right.
And so he encouraged me to get involved and start producing hunting and fishing shows because I was a big outdoorsman. And he thought,
I will not be starring in, just in case you were wondering.
So I thought he was joking at first because I don't even know if I had a computer at the time, and I didn't know anything about editing or post-production or anything. But he just was like, just start something. Well, my brother went to film school, and so I asked him, well, what I would need to buy or purchase to edit and to get started, and so he got me on my way, and I started doing stuff as amateur work, and we were filming hunting and fishing and stuff, and a bunch of my friends got involved, and it started to snowball into a lot of fun and a lot of work and a lot of production, and it started looking better. It was still amateur, but so we produced Shenandoah Valley Outdoors, which is a hunting and fishing show which aired locally around Winchester, Front Royal area, and Woodstock, Virginia, and even down to Stanton, Augusta County, and down that way. And but I enjoyed it so much that I decided I wanted to do it professionally. So I took my wife and kids, and we packed up and went to Florida, and I went to film school.
Wow.
And so for 2 years I studied film and learned how, all the software that's used to make real professional productions. And so after 2 years we came back and I did the show again, and this time it looked better. It was more professional looking, and we created professional looking pamphlets and sponsorship brochures, and our shows looked good, commercials were looking better, and we started picking up bigger sponsors, and so we actually went on the air with WAZT again and TV3, and so we had several 100,000 households that the show went into, and then it was on the internet, and it's but where I am today, that's where we got started. That's how I got my start. And so now I don't do my own show anymore. I produce a show for some guys that are on Pursuit Channel. They're also local to here. Oh. They live, I think, out in Stanton area. Their show is called Just Killing Time TV, and it's hunting and fishing, and they're on the Pursuit Channel. And so I'm a producer for that show now, and I do a lot of other stuff. But that's where we got our start.
Wow! So as I'm looking at your brochure here, what is the significance of a broken down truck? That I don't get this.
Okay. Well, first the only thing in there that I purchased was a royalty-free photo of the sky and the land.
Okay.
All right, so that's a photo. And then I created, if you turn it back over, I created the deer sign, and I put the deer on it.
That was a buffalo.
No, that's a deer.
I didn't have my glasses on.
That is a white-tailed deer.
I'll take your word for it.
And then the deer silhouette in the back.
I do see that.
I created that. I created the SVO and then the crack in the road, and just to grunge it up a bit. This truck is like a Google image, and I cut it out, and then I superimposed it in the background like it's sitting there. I put bullet holes in I've created glass for it. Put bullet holes in glass. Put bullet
is that
holes,
what that is?
And bullet holes in the side of the truck, just to grunge it up like a redneck type thing. Right. Because the show appealed to the hunter, the outdoorsman, the rednecks, and it was just a lot of fun. So that's the significance.
All right. Well, when we come back, we're going to have further conversation with Mike, and we're going to find out how he's getting involved with the Tammi Collins Show. Stay tuned.
SVO Media provides high-end creative production for small businesses. We specialize in film, video, audio, green screen, and visual effects. From editing, scripting, and concepts to design, we have the ability to deliver your next video project for multimedia production. We will work with you to produce a TV ad, web video, infomercial, or corporate video. Visit svomedia.com or call 703-930-9821.
Hi, welcome back to the Tammi Collins Show. Today my guest is Mike Price with SVO Media. And so you were telling us how you got started, but now you've moved into some other things, and they're pretty interesting, actually. So why don't you share that with our audience and tell us what you do?
Okay. Well, as I mentioned, we do we're the production company for Just Killing Time TV, which is on Pursuit Channel. And but we ventured into a total different arena, a total area, and that is wedding production, wedding videography. And what I really enjoy about that is that we don't just film the day. We don't just stick a camera on a tripod. We actually use camera equipment like sliders and gimbals to where you could get
sliders and gimbals. What, for the layman of the group, what exactly does that mean?
It means a slider is like in the movies.
Oh, the track.
Yeah, it's like a track. And like when you watch a movie, you'll see these camera moves really slow.
Right.
It gives it that cinematic. It's a camera on a dolly.
Okay.
And so we use those type of things to get creative shots, to get really nice shots. It could be shots of close-ups of flowers or the wedding veil, but we'll do it in a creative way. And another thing we do is we usually take testimony, or the bride or the groom will tell a little story on camera. And they'll talk about how they met, how they fell in love, and so we use that in this film to create a story around that story by filming the events of the day. And we put it together, and it's like a little mini movie. We color it. We in post-production we do the editing and make it look like, and it has the look and feel of a cinematic movie. So and we use drones. So we fly over. It's just another option that the bride can
not
choose.
To deliver packages. That's not an offer. That's not a service that you offer with your drones.
No, I leave that to FedEx or whoever does that. So it's just a lot of fun, and we have several of those lined up for 2016 and one in 2017 already. So that's actually a big portion has become. It's like grown into wedding cinematography and editing.
Does anybody else do that? I've never heard of that before with wedding cinematography.
Yeah, there's a few. I mean, the thing is that a lot of videographers out there, they are good videographers. There's a few that are. And they know the camera tricks and the moves and stuff. But most of them are not professional editors. So
that makes a difference.
Yeah, you have a decent looking film and some shots, maybe even some creative ones, but then they don't know how to put it together. It doesn't look good. You have, or it has cheesy titles on it, that type of stuff. Now, I'm not putting them down because, that's how I got started.
Well, yeah. You got to learn.
Start somewhere.
Right.
But what gives us an edge, I think, is that we have professional cinematography and we have professional post-production. So we make titles look good. We can put 3D titles on there in the films, and we do that in every one. We put their names somewhere in there.
Like a big billboard, their names.
Yeah, it could be that. Yeah.
The Tammi Collins Show and her husband, Jim.
Yeah. Okay. Let's...
It wasn't quite like that when we got married 20 years ago. But so, and your wife, speaking of marriage and brides and grooms, your wife works with you and does a lot of other things that enhance your business.
Sure. We work together. She helps us on the marketing side of things, and she's the one that built the website for us. So she does a lot of web design, and we do offer web design, websites, things like that. She'll do the technical part of stuff like setting up an online store, connecting it to the domain name, all that kind of stuff that I don't like to do. Yeah. I like to do the graphics. So I'll make the site look good and she'll do the technical side of stuff. So we work good together in doing that. And so Sally has picked up a lot of work doing websites. And so that helps us with our business. And we've been in business. I mean, I've been in videography for probably 10, 13 years or so and been doing this on the side. But we've been a company for an established, legit company now for 2 years. We're an LLC. And in those 2 years, God has really blessed us.
That's so nice to hear.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of businesses will fold after 2 or 3 years because they can't make it. And we would have. I mean, there's been times when you just want to give up. You just think it's not going to happen.
Been there, done that. Yes. Every day I'm like, what am I thinking?
Yeah. And I've had the opportunity to just quit and give up and maybe just find a job somewhere.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. I feel like I've always been a business owner. I started my own business years ago when I was in my 20s painting. And I had a painting company. And for 15 years, it evolved into a very successful company. We were painting luxury townhomes in Arlington, doing high stuff. And so I bought boom lifts, and we were having these things working every day. And it wasn't a huge company, but it was fun. And then, and I've worked in other places for other companies and stuff, and it's just never the same. I just feel like I'm not motivated unless I have my own business. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I feel like I thrive in that, and because I feel free, there's a lot of freedom, and it's not for everybody.
Right. Oh no, it's definitely not for the weak of heart. Yes, the no wimps own businesses. I can definitely attest to that. Wow. Yeah. So, how did you meet your wife? I mean, was she always in marketing? And
no, she's actually an English major, and so
of course she is. She has perfect grammar.
That's true.
Yes,
and she
does.
corrects mine all the time. But,
see, honey, I'm not the only one that does that.
But she's not necessarily been in the marketing side of things as far as all the jobs that she's had in the past. But she is good at it and she likes it, and that's where she prefers to be on that side. So that it works out good because I don't prefer that.
The yin and the yang.
I just prefer to just sit here and let people find me, but it never works that way.
Well, you know what? When we come back, we're going to let our audience find out how to find you so that they can reach out to you. My friend Alethea just got married. I wish we'd have known all this before then, but anyway. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
SVO Media provides high-end creative production for small businesses. We specialize in film, video, audio, green screen, and visual effects. From editing, scripting, and concepts to design, we have the ability to deliver your next video project for multimedia production. We will work with you to produce a TV ad, web video, infomercial, or corporate video. Visit svomedia.com or call 703-930-9821.
So welcome back. Again, my guest today is Mike Price. And you've said some pretty interesting things here today about all the stuff that you do and the things that your wife does. And you have really a great product. I mean, a package of products. So, well, you're welcome. Thank you. So if people want to get a hold of you to do this, I mean, and also can they still see the show? Can they go on Facebook? I mean, how do they find out what you've done in the past and watch it and so on and so forth?
Okay. Yeah. Our media company, SVO Media, has a website. It's svomedia.com. And if you go there, you'll see our most recent work. Weddings, we've done corporate stuff, we've done promo videos for hunt clubs and horse farms and all kinds of stuff. But if they want to see the stuff that we've done, our hunting shows in the past, some of them are on our website there, but we actually have a different website. It's called svoutdoors.com.
And that's for the outdoor
That's
shows.
for the hunting
show. For the hunting
yeah.
shows.
There's
Okay.
actually a few on there. We haven't posted every episode. I've taken them off. There's 3 main ones that I have up there just for reference.
Okay.
If people want to see them. And we may actually, I'm not sure. See, I don't know if we're going to go back and do this again, if I'm going to do my own show again.
Right.
So I don't know. It's still up in the air. We still have our Facebook, Shenandoah Valley Outdoors Hunting Facebook and everything. We actually still get likes every week on it, and I really haven't done anything with it.
That's
I just
great.
haven't had time for it because I'm producing for everybody else.
Right.
But it's just an option that I'm keeping out there that maybe one day some local guys I'll find who want to get involved in that again. But yeah, the hunting show is svoutdoors.com.
Okay.
My media company is at svomedia.com.
Okay.
And there you can find our recent and some past work.
Okay. And then they can just reach out to you and set up an appointment to talk to you and
Absolutely.
get all the information.
Yeah. And because we don't just do hunting shows. I mean, that's where we got our start. We don't just do weddings. We do corporate things too. We do real estate videos. We do real estate flyovers for beautiful homes and
Like the one we're in
aerial
today.
videos.
Oh
Yeah,
my
like this
gosh,
beautiful home.
This is a beautiful home.
It is. And we do HDR photography.
HDR photography?
That's correct.
What's that?
HDR photography is it basically snaps 3 photos,
Okay.
and it takes one that's underexposed and dark and one that's in the middle that's exposed correctly and one that's overexposed, and it merges those together and you get all the lights and darks in one photo, and it makes the most beautiful and brilliant photo you can imagine.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And so that's good for real estate because when
Yeah, nooks and crannies and dark spots and
Right, exactly. And you don't have blown out windows, oftentimes when you take a picture of somebody
Yes.
that's standing in front of a window, they look like a silhouette.
Right.
Well, HDR
gotta-
photography brings the highs down and the lows up, and then you see all the details. And it's really
That's
amazing. And I'm
amazing.
surprised more people aren't doing that, or more, it's not as much used in real estate as it can be.
So you heard that, all your real estate agents that are watching, you need to call and get this HDR video picture thing.
And we also do 360 panoramas too. So, if you want to have a virtual tour of a house, like a beautiful home like this, you can, go to the website and you can click around and see all around the room. And it's just an amazing thing.
So you were talking, which is a perfect segue into what I'm about to tell you or ask you. You said you're doing production work for other people. So here's the secret. Today is the first time with the Tammi Collins Show that Mike is producing the show. And my hope is that we can have a very long and prosperous working relationship with you and your lovely wife, Sally. And she's going to be redoing my website and redoing my Facebook, and it's all going to fit together in a nice little puzzle, and people can just watch it and see it. And so I'm really excited to see how this turns out. Just because, Ron has always done a great job, but this is at a different level. And I'm really very excited about it. I really believe that the Lord put us together. I honestly do, because when you have two people that don't know each other telling you you need to meet this person. I think you need to pay attention. I think that's God working in there somewhere. So
we have an awesome show. I'm glad to be a part of it.
Well, thanks.
Hopefully it's still good now that I'm on it. Yeah. And look, Ed's on the camera back there. Now, I can't man the camera right now, so I know Ed's doing a great job.
Yeah, Ed is doing a good job. He's Ed Rabideau. He's a pretty cool guy. He's been my sidekick now for 2 or 3 months, and he goes with me. And I told him I went on a trip a couple weekends ago with my girlfriends, and I said I really could have used you on that trip. It was definitely reality TV at its best. But okay, so thank you again for coming on my show. And this is so exciting, and I'm so glad to know you now. And anyway, I really am looking forward. So if you are a real estate agent, if you're a bride, if you are doing anything that you need to have some cinematography or HDR photography, just give them a call and let them know that you're interested, and you'll get to meet Mike and Sally, and they're fabulous. You'll love them. So thank you again for letting us come into your home, and we'll see you next time on the Tammi Collins Show. Be blessed.
For he knew, and yet he loved me. He whose glory makes the heavens shine, so unworthy of such mercy. For when he was on the cross, I was on his mind, so unworthy of such mercy. For when he was on the cross, when he was on the cross, when he was on